Only one Kenobi here, only one.
Only one?
Kenobi.
Only one?
Kenobi. Only one.
Kenobi. What makes you think so?
You're gonna have to bear with me with this. I'm using the app that comes with this gimbal, and I'm not quite sure what I'm doing yet with the focus and stuff, but still, Happy New Year! Albeit this is on the 31st, hopefully I will upload this video. I thought I would give you a top 10 for the year 2022. And it's not just figures, man. It's the Star Wars, you know what I mean? And stuff that I have come across in the year, seen, done, blah-de-blah. I have a little list beneath me here, which I'm going to read through. And this is my top 10, ladies and gentlemen. But firstly, it has been a year of lots of things going on. We've had the Razor Crest over there. We've had the announcement that there will be, the plastic bubble will be saved. That happened as well last year. Loads of stuff. It has been the year that I've been on YouTube 5 years. That was in June. So I've just laid out a few figures to help me get through this, explain what is what for the year. And yeah, as I say, I'm just going to try and mess around with the camera as I'm doing this. And I hope you are going to have a good 2023. And I'm looking forward to 23, ladies and gentlemen. Very much so. I can't wait to see what happens and what we will receive with regards to Star Wars generally, and you know, figures 3 3/4 inch. Let's get on with this top 10. Firstly, the Book of Boba Fett is at number 10, and you know, I watched it again recently, and the truth be known, there's good bits in it, but overall, looking back at it after watching Andor especially, I found it a little bit of a rushed job, man. It's almost like they went crazy. They saw how good the reviews or reception to Mandalorian was, and they went rushing into that, and they ballsed it up, I reckon. There were some good bits though. My favourite moment, I'll keep this brief, ladies and gentlemen, was when the slave one, yes, the slave one, not Boba Fett's starship, it's very dark in here, man. Should I turn the lights on? Should I turn the lights on? I just like filming in natural light. Was when this Boba Fett's ship, God, I just called it Boba Fett's ship, the Slave One took out the Nikto gang. That was just a visual that I liked, but there was a few good moments in there. But let's move on. At number 9, ladies and gentlemen, I've put Kenobi. Kenobi! You know, again, it was better than the Book of Boba Fett. And it was better, but still, it was another thing that there was, if you compare it to Andor, I'm going to turn the light on, man, it's way too dark. It looked cheap in bits. There were some great moments, especially the fight between him and Vader. I loved that. It was a brilliant duel. Didn't like the first one with the fire though, but the second one was great. What else happened in there? Some lovely dialogue when Obi-Wan spoke to Leia at the end. That was beautiful, that speech. You are forthright, wise, strong. These are all attributes of your mother, something like that. And you have acquired these from your father. Both were exceptional people. It was tear-jerking, that, man. What the hell am I doing with this camera? I think I should have done a bit of a practice before I hit record, ladies and gentlemen, but oh well. I don't even know if this list is in order. I just wrote a load of things down there, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen, keeping it live, keeping it real. Number 8 of my top 10 of 2022 was the package that I received from Lara V. And here's one of the things that came in it, Lara. I'm going to open this now. Why the hell not, man? It's the end of the year. Let's do it. It's a great droid. This has come from, I guess, Galaxy's Edge, or from... She frequents Disney parks, I do understand. Good for you, Lara. I would if I was in that part of the world. Anaheim, California, yay. But she very kindly gifted me a load of great figures, but this is one of them. And I thought, why the hell not? Let's get this open now. Bear with me, I'm going to mount this camera. If you're not in the know, basically Lara sent me a package in November 2021, and I only got it in October 2022, which is insane. In fact, you had a birthday recently, Lara, so happy birthday. I didn't even get in touch with you, but I hope you've had a lovely time, and also a lovely Christmas, and hope you have a good New Year. Should we break this one open? Oh yeah! There you go. There you go, Greg. That's for your son, man. And there is, well, I do believe that, yeah, it's for Lam. And that's a lovely... Hang on, what am I doing, man? What am I doing? I'm trying to use a manual zoom here. That's better. Whew, nice figure. Look how black that is, man. I mean, I don't remember full-on being that black. Another time I'll do a comparison, but I've got the full-on from the vintage collection, but see that? It's a lovely looking figure. I might put that somewhere, man. These droids belong everywhere, you know, like you've got the Kenobi, you know, you've got the Mandalorian. I'm sure there was one of these roaming around. Obviously you had Zero, but there was another one, I'm sure, in the very end on Gideon's cruiser. Look at that, man. That's awesome. I've got a stand for that as well, Lara V. Let's see what I've got. Got some of these new ones, modern figure stands recently. Let's pop him on. How deep are the peg holes? How deep are the peg holes? How deep are the peg holes? Oh, let's pop him down. Great stuff. At number 7, it really isn't in any kind of particular order, but this figure here, a lot of people are saying it is their figure of the year. I do concur. It is a really good figure of Vader. And it's been a funny year. We got a lot of Mandalorian figures and Boba Fett style out, you know, rinsing that mold out. But don't forget, Hasbro, you've got the molds for him. And why haven't we had Edrio? Well, this is Edrio, but Benthic 2 tubes on a Rogue One card. You could have had him on a Solo card. You need to have him on a Andor card. You've got the mold for that. Am I right? You know, given that you like to rinse molds, why have we only had that figure once in 5POA? Disgusting. That's just a little exhibit for you, ladies and gentlemen. But this is a really nice Vader. And again, you know, the series was good. There was some good moments with Vader, which I enjoyed. But it wasn't as good as a certain other series, which I will mention later this year, 2022. Next, Tales of the Jedi. And that's why I've got this gentleman right here, Dooku. This is a lovely custom Dooku, which was gifted to me by Lau. Shout out to Lau, man. Legend, it's a Patreon follower. And what am I doing with the focus? I'm spinning a wheel here. There you go. Lau's a legend, and I appreciate your support. But this is a great figure, and I put the hard goods cape on it recently, Lau, as you might know. But that was brilliant. Tales of the Jedi was awesome. If you haven't seen that already, go and watch it. They have got a lot of good animated series, or Lucasfilm have done good animated series for a long time, and this one is no exception. That's that. And then next, at number 5 for 2022, ladies and gentlemen, it was this, the Razor Crest, which I was watching a live stream last night on Boss Bounty's channel, and he said what I thought a couple of days prior, which is this feels like an eternity ago. It's almost hard to believe that that was in 2022. It's almost like it was 2021. We all backed it in 2020 and then we waited for it a whole year and blah, blah, blah. But that was great to get. There was a couple of flaws with it, to be honest with you. Watch my review if you want to see that. But the long and the short of it is a few sort of like things like that thing underneath for the retractable legs. The cover for that never stays in one position. They could have put weathering on the inside panels, but apart from that, it was a really good shit, you know what I mean? Really happy to have that in my collection, and I only recently put it on the flight stand, which is quite nice, but to match all these other items in my room, I might put it back with the landing legs down, because all these look like they're kind of docked in a parking bay. That one's sort of in flight, so I think that would be nice on a coffee table like that, but you know what I mean? So that was that. The Razor Crest was a big event this year. And then number 4, I've put here Ian B. Ian Butler, your work is fantastic. Please excuse the mess on my Mandalorian shelf, but he was a really big part of my year. It all started with those stormtroopers you see there. Those helmets were 3D printed by him, but then he supplied the community with a load of really good pieces. I believe that they are the templates of, is it Landspeeder Luke scaled down, but fantastic 3D printing. But not only that, he painted all mine as well. Look at that, what an artist. The forge there, the Mandalorian forge. I had Yoda's hut. Let's go for a little look. Yoda's hut was a good one this year. I got that, which is brilliant. And then, of course, the One Kenobi, the tractor beam port, whatever you want to call that. So, brilliant. And I look forward to more of your stuff in 2023, Ian. You're a legend. So thank you for all of that. At number 3, I've put the MTT. This is only recent, man. And it's shocking, really. That was also a really good vehicle I got in November. That was really good. But this really surprised me. This is the MTT. You're seeing it now in not natural light. Look at my review of it. There is some natural light coming in through the window, but this looks really nice because it doesn't have any kind of like weathering on it or anything like that. But there's so many lovely panels and tones that it's a fantastic vehicle. And also an amazing feature. And I am not done with it, ladies and gentlemen. There is more to be done. Oh, sorry, dude. I didn't realise you were still talking. There's more to be done. As you can see, I have... These didn't come with it. These are vintage collection folded droids here. I've got 3 there. I bought a load of these from Star Action Figures not long ago, actually. And I'm going to... Let me just grab them for you. I'm going to open them in a video coming up soon, and I'm going to put as many as I can in here. I'm thinking that you could get, well, I've got 8 now in total, so I'm going to have 4 and 4, but I will also, in that video, experiment and see if you can get 8 all together in one row. You could get 8 standing, but I don't know. We'll soon find out. That'll be an interesting thing to find out. Sorry about the focus. I'm just experimenting with this gimbal. There you go. So that was a cool thing. A really good thing. Should we retract? Hang on. So that was that. That's made my top 10, ladies and gentlemen. A bit like the 8080. It talks after it's... When you press a button, it does a little bit of an after effect, which is always quite nice. But it catches you out like it just did then. Next, that was the MTT. In second place, I'll tell you what the last 2 is. I loved Andor so much. It was going to be my top number 1 thing that happened in 2022, ladies and gentlemen. And how bad is that, man? I've not got any figures out for Andor. I did have a few of areas. Well, there's Cassian there. Can't wait to get the new TVC one. But Mon Mothma as well. I've been using the figure of Mon Mothma that I have during my videos this year for, Andor discussions and stuff. But I was going to put this at number 1. It was so good, this series. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I was on a high for Mandalorian Season 2, when Luke returned. Then the Book of Boba Fett happened, and quite frankly, I was tailspinning again. Kenobi pulled it back. But man, this thing put me on Star Wars Cloud 9, man. Not to everyone's taste. Why, I don't know. If you're a real Star Wars fan, man, you can't get much more Star Wars than the Rebels versus the Empire. The fledgling rebellion, which you've seen before in Rebels, and it's touched upon in Solo, but that's not what this is. This is the final, the attempt to coordinate and pull together all these tiny factions, pockets of resistance in the galaxy, led by Luthen Rael and, Mon Mothma, and brilliant. I loved it. This floated my Star Wars boat, man. Loved it. But in first place, there's got to be a winner. And it's something that came recently, right? And it blew me away. And it absolutely embodies everything that my channel is about. It's to do greatly with original Star Wars, which is the best. You can't beat the original trilogy and such like, but let's move these things out of the way. Thanks again for that, Lara. That's awesome. I took some photographs of it recently on social media. I haven't got around to doing a review yet, Greg and Gianni. Oh, it's so heavy. I started filming a review on Christmas Eve, and that's the day I took those photographs that went down very well with people. They thanked me very much for those photographs. A pleasure, lads, it's your book that did the work, man. All I did was point a camera at it and press. And I've been through the first eighth of it. And I'm just being so rushed. Haven't had a chance to sit down and settle down and go through it properly. But I did film an initial reaction to this, which I'm yet to upload. I filmed it on Christmas Eve. And I'm going to do a subsequent part where I go over it. But this is my number one thing for 2022. And it came right at the end, right at the death. And you, like Andor in a way, rescued my year. It's been a good year. We've had some good stuff. But tell you what, man, this just absolutely pissed on everything else. It is brilliant. And there'll be more information to follow. So leave it with me. There will be a review coming up really, really soon for this because it's just a masterpiece. And that is all I really want to say because otherwise I could waffle on for longer. But if you have enjoyed that video, do give it a like. Happy 2023. I hope you all have a wonderful new year. I hope we all collectively have a great year for 3 3/4 inch. Thank you if you have watched this channel and subscribed and being a Patreon or a channel member, have sent something to my PO box, have just left a comment in the chat and been involved. You know, it's been a pleasure. And in the new year, rest assured, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to come in here next few days, I'm going to try and do a bit of tidying up, get everything organised, ready for the return of Shelf Indulgence in 2023, man. Loads of good new figures to put on these shelves. Thank you one last time to all of you, to one and all. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.